Hi, I'm Cole.
I'm Jared.
And I'm Jack.
And this is Records in My Life with northerntransmissions.com.
Thank you very much for being on the show. Tell us about the first record you bought and what inspired you to.
First record I remember getting, well, I got this tape of Jimi Hendrix Arctic Experience, and I got the Ramones, and it was one of those things they called it All the Stuff and More, and it was the first two Ramones records. And it had like some unreleased demos on it too. And that definitely made an enormous and ruined my life.
Was that a shopping mall like purchase, or was it?
Yeah, I think it was at one of those BMG music stores.
Oh yeah.
Right on.
At Perimeter Mall in Dunwoody, Georgia.
Yeah. I think mine was probably that Beatles greatest hits, like the red and the blue ones. Right. That was like the first time I had like Christmas money, and my dad took me and my sister to. I can't remember. I think it was Turtles. Yeah, it was Turtles. That was an old like Southern record store chain, but I think that was the first one I bought with my own money.
Those were great compilations for kids, those red and blue ones.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was so good.
I guess the first record I bought kind of on my own accord would have been Nevermind by Nirvana. That was like, it was on MTV, so it was something accessible anybody, could hear on the radio at the time. And it was kind of like somewhat punk for mainstream music, so I kind of dug that. Along with the Beatles. I think the Beatles and Nirvana were the first two records I got.
So give us a record each that you learned that inspired you to play rock and roll. Like you listened to, somebody said, fuck, I want to learn how to play this music. This is really, this is what I want to do.
Well, one thing I remember these guys, maybe Bradley, the original drummer from their band, but it was before I was in a band with them. They had this Bomp Records compilation, and I had the same compilation, but it had a different cover, and it was like a different release, but it had...
The best of Bomp.
Yeah, it had the best of Bomp, and it had like, what it had? It had like that...
Venus and the Razor Blades, and...
Last, and it had a DMZ song.
Yeah, DMZ. It's
Stooges
song.
Zeros, it had a Zeros song.
Two Iggy and the Stooges songs. It had, I'm trying to think what else.
Yeah, that was a big one. I forgot about that one. For me, I think the first time, it wasn't really a record, but the first time I saw Decline of Western Civilization and seeing the Germs in it, that's when I knew I had to be in a band. That was the real kicker for me. And it
was there a big punk when you grew up? You grew up in Atlanta as well?
Yes.
What was the scene?
There was actually a pretty big punk scene in our high school. For usually the punk kids are the ones. There's not many of you, and it's just a small thing. With us, it was pretty massive. Which made it easy to you didn't get picked on that much or pushed around. I mean, a little bit, but actually my bullies were all older punk rockers.
Be an album that you would, if you were doing a rock, what's the rock school scenario, like a Jack Black thing, and you were teaching kids and you wanted them to live, breathe this record, not necessarily learn how to play it, but, live and breathe it. This is what you gotta listen to.
I would say Link Wray. Link Wray or the Ramones. If you're starting out, if I was teaching someone how to play guitar or to get into music, I think those are the two best records to learn. First Ramones album and Link Wray greatest hits or whatever.
Yeah, they're pretty simple too, so not too hard to learn. The Ramones songs 3 chords. It's easier to learn.
Yeah, I can get behind that too.
Link Wray?
Yeah.
And the Ramones?
Sure, yeah. Link Wray, he'll teach you how to do pentatonic little solos. But you don't need anything more than that. And Ramones teach you how the structure of pop songs 1, 4, 5.
okay, there's an asteroid coming to the Earth.
And the last thing you're going to
We're
listen
going
to?
to save some pieces of culture. Oh. So we're voting on which records are going to get put onto the little satellite that's going to survive the catastrophe.
Yeah, I guess the
But it's a personal choice.
Stooges' first record maybe, which
Yeah.
Jack showed. He was a little older than us. He showed us in high school growing up, so it was a young one, but it's also something I take at the end. The end, bro.
Yeah, I guess I can't think of. I gotta say the Stooges too.
First
I guess
record, man.
maybe Funhouse or the first. I don't know. All three Stooges record.
Maybe
Stooges come up a lot.
maybe Safe as Milk, Captain Beefheart. That would be if you're going to preserve culture that has, it has like psychedelic and blues and rock and roll. There's like a lot of influences in there, so you can like.
That's high art.
That's a pretty. I think Michael Jura referenced that one from Swans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Nice.
pretty close to being like the near perfect record. I think, like it's just everything about it's perfect.
Touches on. I mean, the record still holds up today. I mean,
Yeah.
It holds up like.
Yeah.
I mean, like from him to like what John Spencer took.
Yeah.
Took a lot of stuff from that. But
Yeah.
The Beatles even listened to that record. They were like,
were they influenced by?
I saw a poster of John Lennon's '60s. It was like Sgt. Pepper's era, and he had a poster of "Safe as Milk" in the background. It looked like it was like a cutout from, like an insert from the vinyl that you could like post on the wall. Like those big inserts. The Beatles used to have them. They would have like you fold out like posters inside the albums.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he had like a "Safe as Milk" poster. So that's how I know that they liked him.
Guys, thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
We'll do it again
Words.
anytime.
We need some final words of wisdom for the free world, to your family, friends, populace, anything.
Well, with everything going on right now, it's just important that you always remember to keep a dry lip and a clean pecker.
Words of wisdom. Yeah. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna second one.
Really?
Can't really top that. That's.
Hey, if you enjoyed that video, do us a favor and share it with your friends. Leave us a comment, subscribe too.